If fantasy and romance are what you seek, featuring heroines who aren't quite so meek, with book talk and Instagram full of deceit, simply listen to our podcast, Our Picks of the Week. I'm obviously going to talk about this book. I don't even think we need to.
This is a baby episode, a little preview of what is to come later. But what is this book?
Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood.
Are you surprised, readers? Another Ali Hazelwood book?
I think I just immediately read anything that she writes because I didn't realize that this was going to come out so soon because this was like, what, late May? Mid-May?
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, because I thought she's been like busting out these books because like Mate is coming out at the end of the year and then this just came out and then Deep End was like not that long ago. She's just like fucking flying through this shit.
I'm not complaining though. Like, authors producing quickly and we can just nom nom nom.
Yep. Honestly, nom nom nom. That's what I did with this book too. I was pleasantly surprised to find that despite how young the main character felt, I would rate this as probably a tie for first place of my favorite Ali Hazelwood book.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say this one and then The Love Hypothesis. I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. Well, I disagree.
You're like wrong.
But this is gonna come out in like our discussion of ratings.
Is this like a teaser?
Yeah, I'll save this. But I do want to thank you because I would not have picked this book up had I not picked up Deep End, which I also would not have picked up had you not recommended it.
Yeah.
So I read Deep End and I picked up this one back to back. So tell us a little bit more about
the plot or Not in Love.
I think Not in Love.
Okay. So we'll start. That was the book. You guys probably remember we've done like 2 or 3 episodes about that book because I tried it, put it down. I was like, this is a lot of smut for me. Picked it up again as an audiobook and I'm like, oh, wow, I enjoyed this. So Problematic Summer Romance is like a continuation of 2 side characters. Maya is Eli's sister. What is the main character? Yeah, Eli, right? Is Eli's younger sister. She's 22, 23 in the events of this book. And then the love interest is his business partner,
Connor
Harkness, who is in his early 40s, late 30s.
He's 38.
38. Okay, so they have a 15-year age gap. In the first book, Not in Love, they kind of hint that Maya has this like infatuation with Connor, but it's always kind of like, you know, disregarded as, you know, silly obsession, just trying to like poke fun at her brother. Like, ooh, I wonder if Connor would like have sex with me or whatever. And he's like, you're disgusting. Can you please stop? That's my like best friend. Except Maya was not joking at all.
Now, I didn't read Not in Love. So do you get any hint in that book about Maya in particular?
Not really. So you get like, she stops by. There's a couple interactions between like Maya and Rue where Rue's like awkwardness comes out and Maya's like, I'm just going to like you anyway. Like, I don't care that you're weird. But that's like kind of the most. And then obviously like the running jokes about Connor kind of like come in little tidbits. But you don't know all that this gal is going through.
It is, I will say, how she designed Maya, that's the only way this story could have worked.
That's true. And everything is Twilight. You brought up the point when we first talked about this a little bit ago that they had to age up Maya like intellectually or like maturity wise to make it work. And I was like, oh, it's the Bella treatment. Like everything is Twilight, honestly.
What is it like parentify?
Oh,
there's like a word for that.
Yeah.
When like their home life is so disjointed and traumatic that they have to become the parent themselves. Yeah, that's Maya.
Yeah, because basically she's like been out of shape at the beginning. So there's like flashbacks in this. You find out like at the 60 or 70% mark, this like traumatic event that Maya is concerned about. But in the future, or well, I guess in the present, they're at Rue and Eli's wedding and we're very intense and sketched out because Connor's going to be there, but you're not sure what happened because she keeps alluding to this like event. And then you get flashbacks to when Maya is in college and the start of a problematic romance with an older man.
So good how she built in the flashbacks, because sometimes that gets boring really fast and it's easy to lose the readers.
Mm-hmm.
But the way this one is structured, like you get a little tidbit of hints of mystery throughout until you finally like, what the fuck happened?
Yup.
I do think that Ali Hazelwood does female side characters unbelievably well, because there's rarely a villain. And everyone is just given like, oh, they're human. They're going to make mistakes. They have valid motivations and intentions. And not everyone is just like a plot device. Like, oh, we need an evil, like competitive female character to like contrast against the heroine.
Mm-hmm.
Ali Hazelwood doesn't do that. And that is amazing.
I love that. And I was just surprised. We'll talk more about this whole book in a full episode, or probably two, knowing us. But I will say, like, one of the things that I liked about it was Maya's character, how like angsty it all feels. I am a slut for angst. I'm gonna be real. I know that sounds crazy, but like there's just the right dash of angst and like longing and a little bit of like obsession almost. Mm-hmm. And then like it's reciprocal, but not in the way you expect. I smashed through this whole book. I'm going to be real.
It's a very easy read. I think that angst that you like is what everyone likes and what we're missing in a lot of romantasy.
Yeah.
Because there's the enemies to lovers trope is so overdone. And all that means is, oh, they don't like each other at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then they eventually have sex and they like each other again.
Yeah.
Right? But it's the uncertainty in the character's head of the other person's emotional state.
Yeah.
Like if you're living in Maya's head, Maya doesn't know what Connor is thinking. And so she is always questioning herself like, oh, I love him, but he must hate me. And like a lot of people don't like that. Mm-hmm. But I think that angst and uncertainty of is the romance going to happen from the character's standpoint is what's missing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we want and need romantic tension in romance.
Yeah, because I feel like angst is almost antithetical to insta-love. Mm-hmm. Because if you have insta-love, there's not really angst.
Why do you
unless you
reading?
Like manufacture it? Yeah. Oh, but there was a lot of angst.
So much angst.
I don't know that I've ever read anything similar. I think this is the first book I've read that had like an extreme age gap like this. I will say I didn't even like blink twice. I'm like, yeah, sure, go for it, girl. It's obviously similar to any Ali Hazelwood book, Not in Love. You don't have to read it, but I feel like the wedding scene at the end of Problematic Summer Romance just hits so much harder if you read the first one. I will say, oddly, I didn't like this book, but the Ex Hex by Erin Sterling is very similar if you want the like flashback second chance romance almost. Mm-hmm. Would you call this a second chance romance?
Almost. It's borderline.
Yeah, it's like a dipping your toe into it. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I don't really have anything similar. Like it's very angst heavy in a way that I didn't think that I would like, and I don't know that I've read before, but was like really like potent.
So unfortunately, when I was a very young reader, I read a lot of age gap romance.
Oh. You're like, I would like an older man, please.
A little toxic for my like growing up period. But so one, historical romance always inevitably has an age gap, whether it's like 5 to 7 to 10 years just because of the time period. Mm-hmm. But there's an author named Diana Palmer, and she is prolific. She writes very like traditional contemporary romance. A lot of it is Western themed, so it takes place in Texas. They're
cowboy.
Like, cowboys, yeah. But she does significant age gap romance, like 15 to 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And I did not blink when I was reading those at 15.
You're like, yeah, this is good.
16. Yeah, of course this makes sense. And now I look back, I'm like, that's wrong.
I will probably have to get into that in a full episode. Just the like making it seem normal, and it's fine if you're like 23, but if you're like 17 and
don't do that.
You need to tell an adult. That's all I'm going to say about this book. I did love it, though. I'm getting the vibe that Jordan didn't enjoy it as much. So these episodes might be a little bit contentious, and I am so excited.
They will Yes, we'll save it for the bigger episodes. So this is your little preview, readers. It'll be a little bit later, probably July, August.
Yep. Yeah. A late problematic summer romance.
Perfect. Well, from Katie's shelf to yours.
We'll see you on the next page. Hi, readers. Like what you've been hearing? Check out the Spice Archive at notanotherheroine.com to see all of our reviews and ratings. And if you'd like to support our growing library, find us on Patreon and get access to exclusive bonus content.
If you'd like to just listen, we post new episodes every Monday and Wednesday on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. Thanks for listening.